Silence speaks a language the restless cannot understand. It carries a gravity that demands stillness, a mind unshaken while others clamor for recognition. Picture a crowded room, voices rise, laughter spills, debates flare, yet the most commanding presence belongs to the one who says nothing. No restless hands, no darting eyes, no urgency to prove a point. Most flee from such quiet, yet those who wield it draw the room toward them without uttering a word. A disciplined mind knows thoughts are diluted when spilled through speech. The untrained talk endlessly, desperate to bridge the gap between who they are and who they pretend to be. But the one who masters silence sharpens it like a blade. The observer, patient and unreadable, becomes untouchable. The one who refuses petty battles never loses them. Modernity has drowned in noise. Endless chatter, hollow debates, words that create voids rather than fill them. Scroll through any forum and you'll find self-proclaimed sages who've dissected every life but their own, typing furiously to outshout their doubts. We've forgotten the ancient wisdom. We were given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Yet now we're conditioned to reverse the ratio. Silence unsettles because it forces confrontation with what we hear, and worse, with what echoes back when the noise fades. To wield silence is to amplify power. It makes presence speak louder than words. It plants doubt. What does he see that I don't? Imagine 2 men in conflict. One rises to every jab, desperate to outwit, to defend. He wins the argument but forfeits respect. The other remains still, unshaken. His quiet rings louder than any retort. The insults land like punches against a wall that doesn't bleed. Victory lies in letting the opponent exhaust himself against shadows. A mind trained in silence masters restraint. The man who can't hold his tongue confesses weakness with every word. Ego barks. Wisdom lets the noise reveal who's small. To stay silent is an act of rebellion. Not passivity, but precision. It forces others to reveal their hand first. It grants the luxury of a calculated move, one that costs nothing and gains everything. How many regrets were born from heated words? How many wounds from sentences you wish you could reclaim? Gossip was once feared more than steel. Blades slice skin, but words drain honor. A man who cannot govern his mouth is a man disarmed. Watch how others unravel when met with your silence. The liar scrambles to fill the void. The manipulator writhes without reaction. Those hungry for your energy lean closer, straining for a word you refuse to give. You become the enigma they can't crack, the calm they can't disturb. This isn't about muteness. There's a time for speech, sharp, deliberate, lethal, but only the He who guards his silence knows when to strike. Anxiety, doubt, comparison, they wither in stillness. Sit with your own quiet. At first, the mind thrashes, hurling old fears against the walls you've built. But when the chaos tires, what remains? The self that doesn't beg to be seen. The self that wins by refusing to engage. The world preaches the opposite. Declare yourself. Defend. React. They sell noise as validation. But silence whispers that worth needs no audience. The loudest will never understand the unease you stir when you sit across from them unmoved. The steady gaze, the unflinching breath. This is the blade they never see but always feel. Victory without words isn't hiding its depth they can't fathom. It's starving their drama of oxygen. The quiet man walks untouched through storms of gossip. He lets fools underestimate him, then watches them stumble over their own clamor while he moves unscathed. He reserves his strength for battles that matter, not those designed to drain him. We were born to listen more than we speak. Silence is our nature. Master the art of vanishing when necessary, of withholding when prudent, of appearing only when it serves. Your presence is power, your absence a weapon. Your silence guards your peace against those who feed on chaos. One day, they'll wonder how you remain so calm, how you knew when to withdraw, why you never scrambled to explain yourself. They'll call it arrogance, mystery, coldness. Let them. The truth is simple. They were fighting phantoms. You were never in the ring. So wait, let the noise exhaust itself. Keep your mind clear, your posture steady. When the dust settles, they'll find you unscathed, unmoved, exactly where you chose to stand. Because the strongest statement a man can make is often no statement at all. Because the strongest statement a man can make is often no statement at all. Consider this. Every word spoken is a piece of yourself given away. The more you reveal, the more others can dissect, distort, or weaponize. But silence? Silence is a fortress. It cannot be misquoted, twisted, or thrown back at you. The ancients understood this. Kings ruled not by endless decrees, but by the weight of their unspoken will. A raised eyebrow carried more force than 1,000 speeches. A pause could shift the balance of power. Think of the chess master who sits motionless while his opponent sweats, second-guessing. The hunter who waits, breath steady, while the prey startles at imagined threats. There is an art to stillness, a strategy in restraint. The modern world has lost this. We mistake volume for strength, reaction for control, but true power lies in the gaps between words, the space where others rush to fill the void, exposing their fears, their needs, their weaknesses. Watch a man who thrives on conflict. Provoke him, and he'll unravel on command. But face him with silence, and he'll invent his own defeat. His words will pile up, desperate for traction, while you remain unmoved. This is how battles are won without lifting a finger. Not by force, but by patience. Not by argument, but by absence. And what of the self? Silence is the mirror that shows you who you truly are. Strip away the noise, the need to explain, to justify, to be heard. And what's left is the unshakable core. No validation required, no audience necessary. That is freedom. So let them talk, let them posture, let them demand your engagement. Your silence is your answer. It says, I am not moved. I am not swayed. I am not yours to provoke. And when the storm passes, as it always does, you remain unbroken, unbothered, unspoken. Because the rarest power isn't in having the last word, it's in needing none at all. The lesson is simple, yet few master it. Stillness outlasts storms. While others exhaust themselves chasing validation, the silent stand firm, unshaken by noise, untouched by petty wars. Their strength isn't in what they say, but in what they refuse to give away. So let the world spin in its chaos. You need only watch, wait, and wield the quiet like a blade sheathed until the perfect moment. For when the dust settles, the loudest voices fade first. But silence remains.